So on today's episode, we sit down with Sean Houlihan from Intention Coaching and Training, and also Bare Intentions, and also Phil Garrie of Positive Energy Phil. We're going to deep dive into integrating creativity into our lives to bring a sense of flow, calm, connection, and present moment awareness. So beautiful. So for you, Phil, when did this all begin? Has it been in your life a lot? And did it begin with a certain expression that you've carried through to today?
Yeah, it's definitely something that for myself was there from a very young age. I feel like as I got older, as I matured in my perspective of what art contributed to my day-to-day life and the creating of that, I feel like, the different forms of expression have expanded and changed a bit over the years. But originally for me, the main obsession was often music from a very young age.
Usual, obviously with Bare Intentions, which we'll probably get onto a little bit later on, this amazing character-based version of poetry, which blows my mind. It's something I don't think I could quite, maybe I can, maybe I can't, I haven't tried it, but I'm in awe of you being able to do that through character form. Is that something that came later, or did you start with much more just writing things out in poetry form? How did that look at the beginning for you?
I feel like, when I was a kid, it's making dens in the playroom, or making stuff and being out in the garden and playing games, just being a kid. That kind of really, as I look back, that went away as I grew up into an anxious teenager, and then being at school, just kind of having all the impressions and the tensions built up over time. That kind of, it faded for me. And I remember doing voice recordings and videos at school on webcam or with mates and stuff, and being silly and pretending I was a weatherman or whatever it was. And just
the awareness space, the whole concept of this show came from having those 2 months off and deeply meditating, going for mindful walks. And I really started to tap into, what is it I'm trying to say? What is my message here? And that's how this whole thing was birthed. Without that break, I never would have realized actually this is what I meant to do.
Can I just add to that? Like this,
yeah, sure.
There's, like, for me, the two ways with mind and body. So I see them as the same, one and of the same. One's a physical expression of the other. And so for me, is kind of the mind, when we're still, it flourishes, and is us being able to sit with that, especially in meditation, being able to sit with that and not be fixated by it, but allow, and listen to whatever comes up. But when we move, there's a breaking up and a development of who we think we are. And
so yeah, Phil, what are your thoughts around all of that, kind of this being used as a way to build relationships, connections, to feel safe in those connections by using this proxy shared experience?
Yeah, definitely. There's a couple of things that jumped in mind when you asked that. The first of which is like, I feel like from many different perspectives of music, it's kind of like a physical, it's like that empathy connection. As you said, you're connected to the energy of that person across the room, creating that same music together. You're both vibing high. You can see that. You can just feel that, that electricity in the air, as they say.
So let's go back to you, Phil. So do you have something you'd like to share with us today?
Staring out the window in the middle of a storm, I am stuck inside where it's dry and warm. Gazing out at the horizon, taking it all in, thinking of places I'm going and places I've been. I continue to stare, blow a hole in the sky. I am starting to dream, I am starting to fly. Spaceships racing across space, a 10 light year chase. Lift your hands and hold your face, it's time to take off.
So, Sean, what have you got to share with us today?
So I'm just going to hop into character 1 second.
Okay.
Training enough causes enough. A mentality that isn't dependent on aesthetically reducing who you are to whether you are buff enough, or being yourself, or beating yourself up till you feel rough enough to say enough is enough. Motivation comes like snow. Down it comes, and so off you go. Go, go, go. What are you waiting for? It's not meant to be a chore, especially now especially when you know. Who are you doing it for?
So here's Reborn Wonder from me. For a moment he felt nothing, no heartbeat, no pulse. But a shot of life filled his lungs. He had been brought back to a world through different eyes. He climbed to his feet, looking up to the blue skies. He started to move his legs stride by stride, a sun so bright it burnt through his clothes, a warmth like no other, an injection through his veins, blood pumping into his muscles, jogging to another crossroads. He began to build momentum with every step so light, the tip of the hill just in sight. So I hope everybody's enjoyed this. We're going to head out now. I want to thank everybody so much for all the love, the downloads, the likes on Instagram. It's been wonderful. It's a joy to be doing this. Thank you very much, guys. Let's head over to that right now. Thank you for listening, and we will see you next time. Especially for people like you, me, Sean, who should be all over the posture with our massage work.
I'm crouched over here in the den.
We're going to have to mention the den at some point, otherwise people are going to be questioning things. So I'll cut that into the trailer. I think that'll be really fun at the end of it. Last 4 minutes of it.